Hello. Ugh. Welcome to the TV room. David Bradley here. Yes, sirree. All right. Now I'm figuring. Oh, yeah. Here's our two bad discs. What I'm going to do today is just finish off going through this box. And first, I'm going to write a little program. Open 15, comma 8, comma 15, comma quote I0 quote colon close 15. Then I'm going to have it catalog D0. Remember, I can do these on the 64 because I have Bradley's Basic in, which, well, in my case, it changes the screen to black, changes the characters to white, and then gives me all these wonderful commands. But I'm going to do something different as well. I'm going to put in 30. I think I remember how to do this. Get a string 40 if a string equals quote quote, then 30, and then 50 go to 10. I think that will do it. We'll see. So this is initializing. Now I'm doing it again because this disc is having a hard time. I'm going to pop it out. I'm going to pop it in. So basically now I don't have to type things in. Okay. It's coming alive. Okay. So this is Primary Math 1. It's good. Now this one, I'm sure this isn't going to read because it even says on it that it's an 8050 disc. But it may not be. But I would suspect that it is. And it will not read. See, an 8050 disc holds about 3 times as much as a 1541. And it will not. Okay, so that should not go back in that box. It should not. Ever. Como. At Como Lang. Yeah, that seems to be okay. Como was, it is, a language. This one is right protected, which I never really like much. But I remember very well that the people I knew who, primary math 2, who were into Como, there was no sort of into Como. You were either into it or you weren't. It was, I hesitate to say this because I don't want to sound bad. Primary math, okay. And you know what? There were other people who I talked to here and there, and quite literally, there did seem to be a universal feeling that Como, and that's not Cobol, it's Comal. Como, that's fighting. Como was more like a religion. So when checking disks, like I like having this program ready to go, but always be ready to reseat. Because you never know. Maybe next time I go through a box of disks. There we are. More math. Primary math. This stuff, these are all pet things. They are. But right now, really. Just going through to see what's working, what's not working. And these are all, because the end of the file says 40, they are set up for 40 columns, which is why there's a program on here called PET CBM 4032 version 2.1. A lot of schools got 8032s, which is all fine and good. More math. But 40 column programs would, of course, the formatting wouldn't be right. So there was this little program, and I think it was put out by Commodore. That would let you, there we are, more PN5. PN5. What was the N for? Let me do that again. And now, of course, it's having trouble. Okay, try that again. It read the first time. Oh, okay, it's math. It's, you know, I'm sure it's fine. Oh, this is a double label disc. A double label disc that gives trouble. It does. So once again, the little program I have going here, TPUG, September 83. Hello. Oh, okay. And that looks like my writing. The little program I have in here is because I have this Bradley's Basic cartridge in by Matthew Desmond. So I can use things. Basic 4 commands. All right. So these are monthly discs. That was October of 83. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, November of 83. Oh, yeah. Well, it's my writing here. It's funny, you know, there were some people, of course, there who, you know, there's some people who always like to inflict themselves. And there was this thing about how, definitely, that's my handwriting. This controversy about writing actually on a disc, like writing on the label directly. January 84. And how it could damage the disc. And yes, if you take like a pen with a hard tip and you reef it down on a disc, that is possible. But there were people who, of course, said, oh, February 84, that we needed to change all our procedures. When you see this one was written, it's with like a kind of a fine marker that had a soft tip, and the pressure involved was minuscule. Reminds me of other people who at times will just, I guess I would call it, they make busy work. Like, oh, you're not doing anything, so I'm going to decide what you are going to do. even though what you're doing is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. This one, I had a bad feeling about this. I thought, I thought I had brought some little wee pliers up here, and I did, and it's important now. I gotta be careful with these, because this disc is not wanting to come out, and it didn't want to read, and yes, it has a Write Protect sticker. Nothing wrong with that, but it can cause trouble. It makes things a little thick. Now, there are good reasons. You have Write Protect stickers. There are. Let's try this again. Aha, TPUG May 84. See, without the sticker, first of all, it comes out. Oh, see, oh, this one. Woohoo. This one has the directory on there. And I thought that is a good thing. PTA is the disk we're looking at now. June of 84. Lots of files. Oh, no. Was that Write Protected? Come on, little plier disk. Oh, yeah, it's Write Protected. But it read okay. Alright, I'm not going to fight that one off. Another person, I remember, was saying, oh, you should have the Write Protect things on the 4040s. What was that? Disabled, and you should get discs that aren't notched. Because, see, somebody could take a TPUG disc and write, like, copyrighted stuff on it, and then it would look like it came from TPUG, which, of course, you know what? Someone takes a notcher, or somebody has their own drive that is got the Write Protect thing disabled, and they can do what they want. So it's like, and I believe, I don't know, I wasn't in charge of this, but I was just like, oh, please. Some people just like making trouble. Let's look at that again. 8050 only. Mate B. Mate instruction. I wonder what that is. Anyway, so far, most of these different. What's this? PTB. This might have an error. It might. November 84. Well, it might. STB PET 6000P reader 20. Anyway, the directory reads. That's good, but it doesn't mean the disk is perfect. Anyway, there are times. Oh, when if another Write Protected disk. There are times when, yes, procedures, and you know what? I do this all the time, where if I'm doing something and I say, oh, yeah, that didn't go well. TPUG January 85. Well, there's a lot of files on there. A lot of files. Anyway, if I'm doing something, oh, here, definitely. That's my rating. I find great reasons, and I'm always looking for reasons to how to do things better and tweak things. But then there are some people who just like to, I don't know, hear themselves talk. They don't want to do the thing that they're suggesting that be done, but they figure they should be able to have people do what they want them to do. More pet stuff. Which, of course, makes sense because, of course, this is a box of pet discs. Of course, some of these things might work in a 64. I'm not going to try them. I'm testing. Ooh, that makes bad noises. Cross PF. Oh, that could be a crossword puzzle maker. That's what's always cool. All right. Just here to process the disc. And so far, out of everything, I think we've only, I found one 8050 disc. That doesn't sound good. Funny, I was just saying, it's all going so well until we get to PTN, where it just said, no, I'm not doing this. Oh, and now it comes up. But sometimes you got a receipt. Kind of like, and you just got to make sure it's right. December 85. So we're almost done with this box. Almost. Almost. And remember, of course, one of the things that I would use a lot of the times when, oh, that doesn't sound good, with discs that would come out, I'd always be looking for, oh, that's coming, oh, I see. Fast Invaders 8. That was not doing so well. I'm going to pop it. I'm going to reinsert it. Okay, now because at some point I do want to try and look at a bunch of the different versions of Space Invaders, I set that disk aside. As if it's Fast Invaders 8, it may actually work on the 80 column machine. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I don't. All right. Anyway, so back to the whole, oh, you shouldn't be writing on the discs. They wanted to write on the labels before we put them on the disc, which doesn't sound like a terrible thing. But still, it's like, we're fine. We've not had one person send back a disc because, oh, look, you ruined the disc because you wrote the name on when the label was on. Here's my writing. Of course, I've seen it lots of times. I don't point it out every time. And you know how we made these labels way back when? We had, there was a little wee photocopier. And we had the master sheet that was only ever used once because there's nothing like getting something that you can tell has been photocopied 100 times or more, and it's, you know, not at all, well, it's somewhat legible, but not much. There we go. Oh yeah, right protect, right protect. We had one master, and then see photocopiers. Oftentimes, of course, they want things to go through in all kinds of weird ways, but this one we could feed the labels straight through. Because with labels, if you get them in a bendable situation, labels will come off and jam things up. And that's not good. Not good. So we didn't do that. Put it in, get it all lined up on the one side, run the label straight through, and it was beautiful. Now, are these, let me do that again. Utility aids. Were they exciting? No. Oh, this is a double label disc. Were they, you know, I don't know. I mean, no, they weren't exciting labels, but they worked, and they stuck, and they weren't too thick, and they weren't too thin, and it was just right. Okay, we're almost done. Done, done, done. Oh, that one didn't feel good. It's right protected, I'm sure. Yeah, it did not close right. It didn't feel right. Okay. Best of miscellaneous. Oh, yeah. Get out the pliers. Get out the pliers. What do we got here? This looks like another. Best of miscellaneous. What do we got here? Yep. Best of miscellaneous. Where things just don't fit. I'm going to pop this one. Put it back in. Because, you know, out in the world, there are people that wrote all kinds of weird programs that may be something very specific to them. No one else would think of, and no one else would need. TPUG Best Education. Well, that's a big thing. EXB LBR, 197 blocks. That is pretty massive. PXB. I think, oh no, it's right protected. Oh, but it did come up. It's funny. I've been trying to switch the case. No. On the 64 by doing the Shift Commodore, and it won't do it. Okay, this one, I'm pretty sure this one is not going to work because it says 8050 on it, which means we'll try it. We'll be prepared for it to fail miserably. Yeah, there's no hope. Just take it out. Stick with the other 8050 disc. All right. This one too is having a rough go. Oh, oh, it died. Oh, oh yeah, it's got to be right protected. Gotta be right protected. Yep, it is. And it's a VT9, which means it's a VIC thing. You know what? I'm going to set it over here because I've been tinkering on the VIC. Speaker software. I seem to remember this was one of the conferences that we had. We asked people who wanted to, oh, there we are, people who did things and talked about things to give us the programs that they used. Oh, hang on, I want to do that again because I forgot. Okay. It didn't say the year. But there is, oh, I guess I hit that again. Maybe at the end of this, we'll look at this. There is a thing called slideshow, and it's for the 64. Power aid. Once again, I recognize my writing. I don't know who put these horrible M's on things, so I know M meant master disk. That's all good. Also, when you're using little wee pliers, pull with a little force, but not meant. Pet help disk. Okay. So basically, out of this whole box of discs, I got a whole lot of pet things, and a couple of 8050s certainly don't work here, and a couple of bad discs. Bad discs. But just for fun, because we're here, I'll try again, but they won't come up. And now they come up. But I even tried to format these discs, and it said they were bad. This is peculiar. That is weird. Now we're having some trouble. Second time through. Oh, I don't know. I wonder. There are also ones that had double labels. Well, you know what? I was going to stick these away. I'm going to stick them in the front of this, and I will explore them further at a later time. But right now, I'm going to go to the speaker software disk. And we're going to load the slideshow, comma 8. I seem to remember these things. If this works, of course. Okay. C to continue. Oh. All right. 0. So yeah, these were somehow, they were scans. And I'm not sure how. Well, I guess maybe people had scanners of sorts, not like the scanners of today. Now, I'd like to think I press the key. Or do something. Let's run that again. Uh, 215. Oh, C to continue. Okay. I bet you I know what this is, assuming it's here. File not found error. Okay, it didn't look like all the things were on there. So maybe they wouldn't fit. Maybe they're not there. Maybe they're not. But anyway, for way back when in the day, this was pretty magnificent. It was. All right, I'm going to press C. Look at that. 2. Blither. Anyway, just from looking at this, I think there was a whole disc that had these things on them, and I'm sure that they're not all here. They're just not. They're just not. But this was pretty cool. 3. What do we have? Oh yeah, I think this was an optical illusion. Yes, it was an optical illusion. It was. And if you look carefully at the middle thing, you realize, hey, wait, there's something not right there. Anyway, 4. I do remember somebody took offense at this. And I'm not sure what it was. I think maybe because it was called Polish. I think. 5. Let's see here. And if I'm not mistaken, this could be the last one we can look at because I don't think the other ones are there. I just don't think so. But yes, there is Griffin. Let's see. I don't think Garbo's here. I could. No, file not found. Okay. So, time to reset. Time to pop this disc out. Put it way in the back. By the way, that too. That's my rating. Okay. Oh. So, I will write on the front of this box. I shall tested directories. Good. Done. Remember, just because the directory reads, it doesn't mean it's going to be okay. It does not. Anyway, that is enough of that for today. Thanks for coming. So remember, if you're checking out a whole big box of discs you get from somebody, have patience. Don't forget, open 15, 8, 15, quote I0, quote, colon, close 15. Helps a lot. Load the directory, have a look, and that will give you an indication if what's what, but it may not be the whole story. So this is just a quick run through, but went pretty well. Anyway, thanks for coming. We'll see you again soon back in the TV room. Bye for now.